Alright guys, I see I got a few of you on here. I'm just giving you guys a little bit of an update on this this particular vehicle. This one, holy cow, did this one kind of throw me for a loop. It's a bit interesting what actually happened with it. So obviously I pulled the guts off to see what I was up against. First thing I noticed right away, this is like an LS3 based motor. I didn't look up what the actual number, but the LS3s have this square port like this, which is actually a better flowing head, but besides the point. So this thing is sludged up really, really bad, and in fact, I'll probably go show you guys the Vlam here in a little bit to show you how bad it's plugged up. And so I pulled the Vlam off, and I had cylinder number 6. This, wait a minute. No, this lifter here, or this rocker here, was not moving when I turned the motor over, so I have a jumper going across the starter terminal right now. This one was not moving, along with cylinder 1's intake valve. So this is going to be the intake, I think. Yeah, intake valve rocker on both cylinder 1 and 6 were not moving. Before I did this job, before I pulled everything apart, I should probably note, I also had put it back together just enough with the 2 push rods out of here, and I noticed it was still rattling like crazy once I started it. So I knew something else was up, and I wasn't sure what. I also recall it feeling like it was running 3 cylinders low, which correlates with what I found. So obviously this one, but the one I didn't know about, which wasn't counting a misfire up, probably because there was so much misfire it couldn't find it, was cylinder number 7. Now cylinder number 7, let's see if I can get you guys to see that at all. I'll get a light on here. This is not an iron block, so that won't work. Of course, I'm probably blocking you. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see this. So cylinder number 7 is over here. Now I do have this slightly loosened. I brought it down so it's at full contact at least, but I loosened it up so I can hit it with the impact in a minute. But this one is the typical loose lifter, so I'm going to try this tool on it. But the crazy thing about this one is these 2 cylinders, 1 and 6, they were not loose at all. They were just deactivated. And considering the amount of sludge in this motor, the crazy thing about it is I believe that this one had 2 cylinders where the sludge buildup in those little paws, so these 2 little paws here, was actually keeping the paws in and would not allow it to deactivate or reactivate those cylinders, I guess you'd have to call it. So those paws, I believe, were stuck, so it was just free moving in there, compressing the spring here. And so that's crazy, the fact that there was 2 of those doing that on this thing. I know this one for a fact was doing that because I had to run a bunch of chemical. I used brake clean and some carb clean and whatnot in here. I have air here, I was pressurizing it while taking a piece of brass. I don't know where it went here. There it is. Taking a piece of brass on the top of the push rod here and tapping it with a hammer while I was pressurizing this with air. It was quite a conglomeration to get me to be able to do that, you know, with only 2 hands, but it was comical nonetheless. So I got this thing to stick now, so if I turn it over, this one will work. And then this one over here, I got it working by just pulling the bolt off and allowing the lifter to go up more. It's almost like it couldn't quite get the paws up high enough to click into place. So I did that, and then I tapped it a couple times. Sure enough, it locked into place. So I got those 2 working. Now I just have to get this last one working, and I figured I'll do that live here. I might as well see if I can get it to release or not. It may or may not release. We have no idea. This is the updated tool. So you can see there's no ball in here. And I've been wanting to update you guys on this because I had a bad batch of push rods. So I have removed the ball end from it. They have a bad friction weld. All these are like a ball bearing, friction welded on with an EDM hole in the end of it. If anybody knows what EDM is. If you don't, do a little research on EDM. It's actually a really cool process. So yeah, go check that out. Anyway, this one is just without the ball, so it's still got the hole in the middle. I'm actually going to be making ones without holes and trying those at a little bit later point. Right now I don't have the time for it. I got to get my work done, so, and that's why I'm also on the live streams. I can't exactly edit videos right now. So we're going to go ahead and give this one a try. I have the rocker on. I'm going to go ahead and pull that loose. And we'll see if this push rod tries flying out of there. Now in all my previous videos, I have been doing a brass hammer on here. You notice the ball end on here? I just left it hard. I don't soften anything. I'm just going ahead and using this hammer. This hammer is actually softer, even though it's a steel hammer, than what this ball is. So that's kind of an interesting little thing, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit this. I'm gonna hold my hand right here just in case that thing shoots out. So this one is not releasing, which is not a surprise. It's not releasing yet. Okay, the hell with it, shooting out, I don't care now. Get a little more accurate on it. Okay, so I have nothing. Right now it is on the no lift position. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it over until this push rod goes up and it'll be at the top position. That'll hit it in a little bit different spot. There's only two places you want to hit the lifters at. It's at the very bottom and at the very top. Anywhere in between you have a chance of damaging that hole. So it's kind of what I've been learning as I'm doing this. Starting to go up. There we go. Now I'm at the top. I'm going to try some quick hammering. There it goes. So I got that one to release. Now I'm going to go ahead and throw it back together while I'm live yet and see if I can't get this thing functioning on all cylinders. Got to play fetch with that push rod. Now I got to go clean it off quick. A little brake clean on it. Hopefully that wind isn't too bad for you guys. I put a bunch of foam around the microphone in hopes that it'll help. All right, it's up. So now I got to get that thing back down. Oh, wow. A little bit stiff. But it went down. Just hit it real light. Don't want to hit it hard at all from that angle. Okay. I see the exhaust valve is going down, so I know that I'm going to be at the base circle. And it feels like it's solid. See how light I hit it. I just barely hit the thing at all. This motor's so trashed, I'm not too worried about being way soft on things. I'm just trying to salvage it for the guy to see what we run across here. That way he knows what he's up against at least. Kind of got himself in a pickle on this particular vehicle, so just trying to help the guy out. Alright, let's see if this thing works now. I'm going to see if I can get you guys closer actually. Of course, this little bendy arm doesn't work worth a dang, but whatever. I do not have a very good stand for the mobile phone. Alright, hopefully that's good enough. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this thing over and see what we find. There it goes. It goes down, so it's working. Might as well check all the rest of them while I'm right here. Got that one. Got those two. I need this one. This one has collapsed again. It's not going anymore. So that one's an issue again. Okay, so this one is still, I probably can't see that, there we go. This one is still giving me trouble over here. I'll go ahead and turn it over more and watch the other side again. Hopefully oil doesn't come squirting out of here. Okay, so everything's working except for this one now, which wasn't working before. So those paws must be stuck. So I'm gonna go ahead, run a bunch of cleaner through here, get this one to work again. It's not loose. In fact, I'll go ahead and get the exhaust valve for that cylinder. started. Okay, this exhaust valve just started open, so I know I'm on a base circle on this one, and you can see it's tight. So that lifter, those little paws are going to be stuck on it again, unfortunately. So I'll go ahead and get that fixed here in a minute. You guys got a good view of the sky there? Go ahead and give you guys a little bit better angle. There we go. All right. So here is the Vlom for this motor and the valve cover on, well, the oil fill. So that's the passenger side. You can see how nasty that thing is. I mean, it's caked in stuff. Scratch it with my fingernail. It's pretty thick. Then of course here is the Vlom. Got to move slow for my slow internet. But you can see that thing is pretty darn dirty too. The screen is blocked off on this one, all plugged up with debris and crap. I have not pulled it out and done the Vlom mod yet. So why don't you guys throw a little thumbs up in there if you guys think this motor is pretty well hashed. I guess I will be firing it up here once I get it all back together and see how good it runs. I still got the one to race. Aside from that one, having 3 cylinders that are toast, I don't know how good this motor is going to be. One cam lobe is a little bit, it's got a interesting line in it, an interesting mark in it on the very first cylinder. But none of them have actually spun, so that's good. We know that it's not doing that at least. And if you guys think this thing's trash, leave a comment, whatever below. I'm still going to try and fire it up like this. I believe I can get it working here. And this guy might just have to, unfortunately, pawn the thing off or whatever. He'll have to make a decision. I'll get it running, talk to him, see what he wants to decide to do, and we'll go from there on this one. So I just figured I'd give you guys an update on it. If you like the update, let me know. If you like these quick little bursts of what I have going at the moment, be sure to comment on that as well. So if you have any questions, I'll go ahead and check them right now. You guys spun around. Oh, too much light behind me. All right, there we go. All right, no messages, so we're good to go. I see a couple thumbs up. I assume that's because you guys think it's toast or just you like these little video clips. So like, share, subscribe, and